Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name's Lefebvre, and today we are continuing with our 12 days of card making. Today we're going to paint a cute little red car with a Christmas tree on top. So let's jump in and get started. Okay friends, we are back with another holiday card tutorial. I thought we could paint a little red car with a Christmas tree on top. It would look so cute, and it's fairly easy to do using basic shapes. Okay, so I have my cold press 100% cotton watercolor paper here. This is Academy watercolor paper cut into a 4x6 for a card. Again, use whatever size you would like for your card. I have my Meliong watercolor palette here. I have a size 8 round brush. I also have some detailed brushes. Use whatever you have, and a pencil and an eraser so we can start drawing. Now, if you'd like to make this one a line and wash, you can. So you can get some sort of black fine liner out and water, paper towel, and let's get ready. Okay, so we are going to do a little red car. So the first thing you're going to do is I want you to draw in the middle, and you can have this whatever orientation you want. Trying to think of, I think I want to do it this way. Okay, I think we're going to do it this orientation. So we're going to start with the car. We're just going to go up kind of like a mountain. It's not like a steep mountain, more on an angle. And we might erase a bunch, so just bear with me. Okay, so it's kind of like this, and then flatten out at the top. And then you're going to come down a little bit like so. Then we're going to do a little front to the car like this. Like that. Okay, now we're going to do a wheel and another wheel. This one needs to go underneath the front of that car. Like so, like so. Try and make sure that they're the same size. And we're going to bring the back in here. We're going to go over the wheel. We're going to come to the side, go over the wheel again. Like that, and then connect it. Okay, here's our little car shape. Make sure you do it nice and light so you can erase. Again, we'll probably be doing a bit of line and wash, so if you do see a little bit of, you know, the pencil mark underneath, that's okay. It can be a bit more illustrative, this one. Okay, so I want there to be kind of like that big part over the wheel here, so I might just make this a bit bigger. Same thing with this one. Like that. We need to do kind of like a bumper over here and in the back. We're going to do the front windshield like this, like an L, and then kind of follow, not the front windshield, the side window. I know cars-ish. Okay. Then we're going to do a side window over here. There's a little part that's kind of connected or disconnecting the two, because you're going to have the door come down like that. And then if you want, you can do a little window at the back here. Totally up to you. Okay, we have our car shape. Not realistic or anything by any means, but it'll be cute. I'm just going to make sure that these wheels are kind of parallel. All right, now I'm just going to erase and lighten up our sketch where we don't need some of those lines. And hope for the best. Okay. Especially at the top here, we don't really need too much. Okay, then our tree is going to be on top. So I'm not going to draw the full tree, but I do want to give myself a guide. So I'm going to start with a line. And you want the trunk to be resting right on the top of the tree. And it can kind of be drooping down just a little bit. I'm going to turn this to the side because I'm going to give myself an idea of how I want the branches. Just a little bit. So it's going to be getting bigger and bigger. It's going to droop down a little bit in front of our car, right? And then we can have some branches kind of back here, and we'll have the trunk like so. I think we're good. And then you could always do like a little road back here and write our message over here. Merry Christmas, you know, Merry Little Christmas, you know, all that fun stuff. Okay, so now we can start with our watercolor. Again, we're keeping it really simple and illustrative, so don't, you know, worry too much about making it perfect. Okay, so I'm going to start with the car. I'm going to grab my red. If I can remember which one is red. I'm so bad at this. Okay, a little bright red. Okay. And I'm going to go over the whole car. This looks pink. Really need to swatch my colors. But I'm also going to give some space for the tree. Okay? Is it this one? This is red. Or is that red? Yeah, the other one was pink. Okay, so I'm going to go around and I'm going to just fill the whole car except the top where the tree is. Yeah, I used pink originally. You could make a pink car, but I like the little red car look. Okay, so once we have finished that area of the car, you're going to make a dark red. So adding a little bit of green to your red is going to darken it. And we're just going to add some darkness kind of around the wheels here, around the windows a bit, the bottom, just to add some shadow and depth in the car. Okay, might even make it a little chunky right up here. You know, that hood part on the old Beetles, like that and like that. Okay, then we want it to completely dry before we continue. Okay, so now that it's dry, I'm going to do the windows next. So I'm just going to grab a really light wash of a blue, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a kind of reflection in there. Just, I'm not even filling the whole thing up. Just adding a little bit of blue in there. Maybe a bit more, like a darker bit right under where the tree would be, just so it's like, that's not even blue. Right there, there's the blue. So it looks like it's casting a shadow in the reflection of the window, like that. We're gonna take some black. We're going to do our little bumper here. And we're going to do our wheels. So I'm going to leave the center white, I think, I guess. Do our little bumper in the front. Like that. Maybe a little bit of black around the windows. And we can still add our line and wash once this part is dry for more detail. Okay, now let's do the tree. I'm going to turn the tree sideways, and I'm going to start with a lighter wash, like an olive green. And I'm just going to do a line coming down, and then I'm just using the tip of my brush to tap little branches. Okay, make sure they come out in front of the trunk as well. Okay, they don't just go out side to side, they come down in front as well. Now these these branches are going to be facing upwards. They're not going to be pointing down just because of the way the tree would be laying on the car. They wouldn't be really drooping down that way. Probably if it was a new tree, it would have had, you know, that cover holding it up. So the branches would be facing kind of turned upwards. And then as we get closer to the bottom, they can face down just a little bit. Have them come over the windows here. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna grab some brown. Do the little tree trunk here. Maybe if I can, just put a little bit of brown kind of going through. Like that. I'm gonna grab some darker green. And I'm just gonna tap in some darker green throughout as well. Just for a bit of variety and contrast. So it's not all a light green. Like so. Okay. All right. Feel like it's a little too bushy at the top or at the bottom here, but that's okay. Okay. Now, as long as everything's dry, I'm going to add my line and wash detail. So I'm going to come down, do the little door. I'm going to go around that wheel. Can add a little part here at the bottom. Kind of connect it there. Just whatever kind of detail you'd like to add to your car. You probably need a little door handle. Our lights, which I didn't do, which we can always add white after. A little bit more on the wheels there. Like so. And then, I don't know, do we want to do a little bit of the road? Like it's snow or something? Just kind of like that. Just a tiny little bit. And then we could add, you know, our little little bit of dry brush, so I don't have a lot of paint on my brush. I'm just kind of skimming it across. So it looks like there's like a snowy road behind. I feel like I need a little bit more light in the tree. So I'm just lifting up some of the color with my dry brush. Like that. Okay, that's better. And then like how I end all of my cards, a little border. I think I'm going to use red though. I'm going to add a greeting on it. Like so. And then finally, I'm just adding a couple little extra branches while it's dried because it all kind of blurred together just for a little bit of texture. Like that. And then I love adding a good splatter at the end with some white for a bit of snow using my Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. And there we go. There is our cute little red car with a tree on top. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. I will see you tomorrow again for another card tutorial. Bye guys.